Good evening, everyone. Just 2 to 3 minutes and then we are going to start. Okay, that's good. Now, many of you have joined today at exactly 6 p.m. Great. So, just 2 3 minutes and then we will start. Okay. Okay. So, let's start. Sir, if I now send internship offer letter by my acceptance, it won't raise any problem. No, I don't think so. You have received your offer letter, right? Okay, okay, then no problem. Don't worry. Okay, so let's just start it. You guys have to just fill both the forms, which I have already shared in your group, I guess. The second number form and the sixth number form in that portal. Okay, and for the sixth number form, you have to use the seventh number ID and password for that to work properly. Okay, so just make sure that you have filled both of them. Then I will let you know before the certificate uh, issue date. I will let you know. Sorry, Vishal, I have no idea about that. Okay, so that mail is already sent to you. So please check through that. And if there is any query, you can ask it from the other number, which is the admin in that particular group. Okay, the company details is already provided to you. You can check it over there. Okay, so let me just share my screen. No command prompt. We are going to continue from where we have left, like where query we have already seen it. So let's start with that already. So just open your command line client of MySQL. Okay. Then in show databases, you can get the names. Wait. Okay. Like we were using this demo. So I am going to continue with that. Use demo. Okay. Now show tables. There were we have created a table having name students. Okay, so it is there. Let's check the content inside it. So for that, select asterisk from students. Okay. What this command will do or query will do, this will select all the columns inside our table students, okay, and provide us the data inside it. So yes, there were two entities over there. First is having the name Vansh, age 21 and course IT, and other one is Ravi, 22 with CSE. Okay, so let's now check about how we can update something over in this table. Okay, so for updating, we have to use command like update, then the table name. Whatever table name you have created, just provide that. Update this table. Okay. Now, if you are going to update something, then you are going to set some value or you are going to change that particular value. So for here with update, always we are going to use set. Okay. Means this is actually targeting that particular element which you want to change. So set, suppose name equal to where the name is Ravi, I want that name to be changed. Like suppose I want it to be Kishan. Okay. So update students, set the name equal to Kishan. Now where it will set this name to Kishan. So for that we have to provide a particular condition like where the, just a second. Yes. So I was saying that now you want to change the name, but you have to also provide a condition that where you want the name to be changed, like for Vansh or for Ravi, where you want it. So I am taking a attribute uh, where course is IT, because see, course is CSE means I am targeting this raw. Okay. And now the name for this will be changed from Ravi to Kishan. Okay. Because I am targeting this particular column having name CSE as the course. So let's see. Okay. It is saying that query is okay. One row is affected. Let's check the output through our select asterisk from students. Means I want to see the all rows over there with the columns. Okay. So are you able to see that we are getting over here name updated? Just a second. Yes. So like this, you can update this. Okay. Like what we have to do, first of all, we have to set a particular value which you want to change. After that, where you want this change, you have to give the condition for that also. Like I want the name to be changed to Kishan. Now, from both this value, for which person I want to change the name. So just provide attribute over there, like I have provided where the course is CSE. So wherever it will see the course as CSE, it will just change that accordingly. Okay. So just try it at your end also so that we can move further. So I am providing the screenshot over here for the commands. Just a second. Harsh, if you have forgotten that, then you have to actually delete all the files and then start with it. There is a procedure for that. Okay, let me check it for Vivek. Uh, Vivek has updated the name to Vivek Dubey, where the course was Munstack. Okay, for Munstack, the name is now Vivek Dubey. For Munstack, again Vivek Dubey. Yeah, that's great, Vivek. Let's check for Shraddha also. Like she has changed it. Students set course to CSE where ID is 2. Okay, so let's first of all see the ID 2 over here, and then in course it is CSE. Okay, great. Good guys. I guess it is simple and understandable also. So after this, we are going to see about the delete command. Okay, like how to delete a particular record from a table. So let's do that. So for doing that, first of all, what we have to do, we have to target a particular row or a particular value on which we want to perform the delete operation. So just start with delete. Okay. After that, from where you want to delete? From students table. Delete from students where if we are not going to use where, then it will delete all the rows over there. So that's why we are providing a condition where name is equal to like Kishan, suppose. Okay, so I'm not going to execute this because we have to then insert again. So you can just check it at your end. If you are going to execute this query, then the data for this row having this property will be deleted. Like what we are doing, delete from students where the name is Kishan. Means go into the students table, check that is there any name having Kishan. Yes, it is there at the second ID. Okay, so just delete this particular row from the table, and after you will execute this code, it will be deleted from there. So just check it at your end. I am providing the value. Okay, so just check that at your end. Are you able to delete something? You can use any attribute, okay, to target that particular row. Like I have used name, you can use ID, you can use age, you can use course, or whatever the attribute is there in that particular cell. Okay, so it is not specified that we have to use name for that. We can actually target it from anywhere. Okay, yes. Okay, good, Shraddha. Like I can see you have where the name was Rutuja, you have deleted that particular row. Okay, good. What about others? Vivek, Vishal, Manali, Harsh, Isha, Subramanyam, and Sushmita. What about you? Have you tried it? Just try it at your end once. Then suppose I'm not going to execute it. Now, after this, suppose if I want to count the number of records in my table, like number of record means number of rows in that particular table. Suppose there are multiple values over there, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and someone has deleted the specific ID. Okay. So like I have deleted the content for my ID 2. Okay. Then what will happen? That 2 is deleted, but it will continue from 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So you can't directly count them just looking at the last ID number. Why? Because sometimes it happens that you have removed some data from where for which ID is not existing. Okay. So for that, we use count attribute to count the number of rows. So let's do that. So we have to use select count, and inside that asterisk from students means count the number of rows in that particular table. Okay. So if I executed, are you able to see we are getting 2 as output? Okay. Similar thing is there. Like you can see only 2 values are there in my students table. So this is what we are also getting. SQL is quite simple. Just we have to. Okay. Good, Vivek. Check. Select asterisk from student after deleting something. Okay. Good, Vishal. Now you can also try this one, like select count from students. It will provide you the number of rows. Like, are you able to see we are getting two? Why two? Because only two entities are there inside my particular table. So that's why we are getting two. Okay, good Vivek, good Shraddha. Yes, now that's good. Now, suppose if you want to search through a pattern in your existing table, like through a pattern means I want to search something which is starting from C, okay, and ending with T, like that, and it contains like A, B, C in between. So for that, we are going to use like parameter, which is a search pattern. So let's try to do that. Suppose I want to, like here the values are less, but still, if I want to only select those students whose name is starting with V. So how can I write a query for that? Okay. So in this case, when you have to search through a pattern, we are going to use like method over there. So let's write a query for it. Then it will be more clear. Select asterisk means select all the columns from students, because this is our table name, where name, then we have to provide this like operator. Like name will start like this. Just a second, let me give the access to other person. Okay. Yes. So how I want to start it? I want to start it with V. So V is compulsory. So what I'm going to do, I will provide it V. That V is compulsory over there. After that, anything can occur. So for that, we are going to use this modulo operator. Means the word will be started with V, but anything can come after that. Okay. That just provide me the list of those students who are matching with this requirements, where their name is starting with V. Okay. So let's execute it. Are you able to see? I am getting only one data having name Vansh. Why Vansh? Because only in Kishan and Vansh, only Vansh is there which is starting with V. Okay. Suppose if I make this query like this, select asterisk from students where name and then like operator, I want it to start with any letter. Okay. But I want it to be end through a H. Okay. So according to this, both the names should come because Kishan, sorry, I want it to be end with N, suppose. Now only Kishan will come. Okay. Because I have appended a condition like it can start with any letter. Just I want it to be end with N. Only Kishan is there who is ending with N. So let's try to execute it and then see the output. Here we are. Yes. So only Kishan is coming over here. Okay. So you can also now just try to execute this. Then I will give you an assignment which you have to do right now. A simple task. If it is understandable by you, then you can perform that within minute. Okay, so few students have already shared it. Let me just check. Okay, Shraddha has shared it. Like, just a second. Where the name ends with A. Okay, for that Shraddha is the output. Good. Isha, where the name will end with A. Okay, good. And it is starting from B. Okay, good. Now, guys, just provide those list of students whose name contains AN in between their names. Okay, like the name of students from from that table whose name contains AN in their name. So just provide me the output of that contains AN in their name. If there is no name having AN in between, you can use any letter which is in between. Like suppose if Vishal is there, okay, Vishal don't have the AN in between, so he can use SH for that. Okay, great. Yes, good Vivek. I want it from other student also. That's good. So this is how, like you just have to go through the process that how and why we are using this modulo operator, which is like used here for accessing any net. Okay. It is a wildcard also, which we can use. Okay. Great, Jyoti. Oh, sorry, Shraddha. Yes. Okay. Two student has shared it. What about others who were also sharing the outputs? Just provide me. What about others? Isha, Vishal. Okay, good. Okay, Harsh. Okay. So now move further. Then there is one more like underscore. This first, let me just tell you about what this underscore will do. It is used to actually match only a single letter over there. Suppose if you want to fetch the students name who have only 5 letter in their name. So for that, if you want to write a query, then you have to use this operator, which is this underscore. This is also a wildcard. Okay, let me just write the query, then it will be clear to you. Like select asterisk from students. Okay, then we have to write where name. We have to search for a pattern. So that's why we are going to use like. And after that, one underscore implies one character. Suppose if I want to search for 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 letter names in my table. So what I'm going to do? I'm going to write underscore 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then just execute this query. So are you able to see when I have write over 6 underscore in line, then it will just provide me those letters who have exactly 6 letters in their name. So that's where we use it. Okay. Like this, you guys can provide me the output for suppose 4 letter words, 5 letter words, and other words also. Okay, good, Vishal. Like just use this. This is for 5 letter words. You can use it for creating. Okay. Name is like 6 letter. ठीक. Okay. Good. Okay. Good, Shraddha. 5 letter words you have searched. So these are like searching for the patterns, okay? Because in a big data, if you want to access it through a SQL query, then you have to use these type of methods or wildcards. Okay, good. Good, Vivek. Good, Isha. Okay, great, guys. Now, now you can also append some conditions over here. Like you want only 5 letter words where the first letter is P. So for that, how you are going to write it? Quite simple. Just you have to focus on the concept, select asterisk from students. Okay. Now where name like now what you want only 5 letter words. Okay. So you know that you have to use 5 underscores, but the first letter must be suppose K. Okay. So just fix that particular letter and then how many letters are left? If the word was 5 names or 6 names, you have used first letter, then 5 are left. Suppose. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I have used 5 underscores over here. Why 5 underscores? Because I was searching a 6 letter name where the first letter is K and other 5 letters. I want it to be exact 6 words. So it only search for the name which will meet with this properties. So yes, we are getting Kishan. Why we are getting Kishan? Because the first letter is K, that is fixed. Okay. And also Kishan has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters over there. Suppose if I want to repeat this and I put one more underscore over here. Okay. Then it will just provide me that no entity match with this condition or empty set. Yeah. So as you can see, empty set is over written over here because now K is fixed. Okay. That's good. But after that, you want 6 letter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But in your table, after if suppose K will be meet in the particular name, but it will check the letter now for one underscore, there must be one letter, but there are only 5 letter and the underscores are 6. So that's why they are saying that empty set means no query or no data will match with this particular query. So you can also try that. Okay, good, Vishal. So these are some simple queries. Okay, good, Vivek. Good, Shraddha. Yes. Now, if I tell you that you have to write a query for a name where the second letter is suppose anyone you want, like from A to Z, whatever letter you want, it will be on second place. First letter on second place, I want that letter. Okay. After that, anything can come. Means the query is at second place, R must be there. Okay. And after that, any letter will come. And if it is in second place, then you know have the idea that how you are going to fix the first place. So just write a query for that. Second character must be a particular letter. After that, anything can come. So just write it for that. Question clear to everyone? Uh, Vivek, good. Have you given the answer for this one? What? See, just let me see. Okay, like you guys have given the answer. It is correct, but partial correct. Why it is partially correct? Because see guys, this is good that you have fixed the second position. Like here, you have fixed it to I. But after that, you are defining a variable length for the name. Means if this condition will match, then only it will provide the name. But I want it to be like that second letter must be anything. After that, anything can come. So anything means that you have to use modulo over there. First letter, for fixing the first letter, you are going to use underscore. Then at second letter, you are defining your, yes, this is correct. Okay, good, Shraddha. Yes. So that's it. This is how you have to combine it. Okay, means for fixing a position you have to use underscore before that. Okay, then fix a particular letter at that place, and if there is no length, you suppose if there is no condition on length that the name must be of 5 letters, 6 letters, 7 letters, then you going to use this modulo operator or the wildcard expression over there. I guess now it is clear to you all. So great, guys, good. Okay, now we are going to see, as time is limited, and we have to also see it through our VS Code. So we are going to starting with now how to connect VS Code to our MySQL server. Okay, means whatever query you are going to write in VS Code, through that you are going to create some databases over there. So let's start with that. So let me just first open my VS Code. Then we are going to start. Is it clear to all of you that what we have covered today? That we have first seen how to update something. Whenever we are going to update something, set will be always there. Okay, just remember that. Update, after update, we have deleted something. Okay, like after deleting a particular row with a particular condition, we have seen that how we can use these patterns like, okay, and then fix a character, use underscore wildcard, use modulo wildcard. Okay, like this we have already covered. So now we are going to go to VS Code and then, okay, great. Let's see that how these commands we can perform through VS Code. Same thing we are going to do in VS Code because we have to code. That's the motto of it. So yes, now let's go to our VS Code. Here it is. Okay, I have to open a particular folder. Just a second. So let me close it first. My SQL 8, suppose. Okay, so this is the SQL file. Now just create a file inside it, a folder you have created. Now we are going to create a file, suppose index.js over here. In this index.js, we are going to write that how we can connect our workbench through this particular code section. Okay. So for that, first of all, what you have to do, open the terminal at your end. It. Now to connect with MySQL server, you have to install a library, which is like npm install MySQL. Now there is also MySQL 2. We are going to use that. MySQL and MySQL 2 both provide some configurations like connection method over there through which you can connect it. Okay. But MySQL is actually a bit fast than MySQL. So that's why we are going to install that at our end. So just do that npm install MySQL 2. So it will start installing and will let you know that 30 this much package has been changed over there. So just install it at your end. What is the command? Npm install, then MySQL 2. Why MySQL 2? Because it is fast as compared to MySQL 1. MySQL only. Okay. So now see, let me open the workbench also. 1 second. Okay. So if I'm going to log in into this, so it is sharing the name as root for my host name. Okay. Then it is asking for a password. Password you are going to enter at your end. Then after this, this interface will be created where all the databases are there, where you can write your query, run your query. Okay. Anything you can perform from here. Now see, if you want to connect it through Workbench, then you have to write a bit of code to establish the connection. So first of all, whatever we have installed, we have to import that. So where my SQL equal to require, and inside it the name of the particular library, which is MySQL2. Okay. Through this line, what you have done, you have imported the MySQL2 successfully at your end. After that, we have to establish a connection. So for that, I am going to store it in a variable, suppose where connection. Okay, so I am only taking con for connection. Okay, then my SQL dot create connection is a method over there. Okay, so it is already suggesting it. Like MySQL dot create connection. After that, we have to provide the output. Just a second. Yeah, like this. Inside it, we have to provide some credentials through which it can connect. First of all, the host name. So host name will be localhost. Okay, just provide them the host name as localhost. After that, the username at your end means for me, as I have already showed you, it was root. Okay, so if at the installation time you have changed the username to your specific name, then provide it here. After that, provide the password of your workbench. Whatever password you have provided there, just put it over here also. Like for me, it is vansh@2006. Okay. So I guess it is clear that what we have to do. First of all, you have to use create connection method through which you are establishing a connection, but also you want to give some credential over which it can create a connection. So first of all, the host, which is localhost, because the system is because the application is there in your system. Okay, then the user, which is root, and after that the password. For me, it is this. So I have put it over here. Then you can do anything, like suppose now to check that is the connection established, what I will do, I will write a query, or you can say a simple console.log that connected successfully. If this will run successfully. So connection.connect. After this, provide a function, and I want to handle error. If any error will come, it will throw me that particular error. Okay. So I will check if any error is there, because if the password of a particular user is wrong, the username is wrong, then it will throw us an error. So throw me the error for that. Okay. Otherwise, console.log and just provide connected successfully. Or you can say only connected. We can, okay, just implementing it for the safety purpose. Now let's see. Okay, what we have done, first of all, imported the MySQL2 version of MySQL. After that, write a create connection function through which you are going to establish a connection between your workbench and VS Code. Okay, like this, you have connected it because you have provided here your host name, your username, or your password. Okay, after that, you connect this con variable, which has all these credentials. On it, you are providing this connect method, so it will check a function having error. If the error will come in any of these three credentials, it will throw that particular error, and then it will console.log connect, means connected if that is successfully connected. So to executing it, first let me clear the terminal. We have to just use this command node space index.js. So are you able to see? I am getting over here connected. Suppose I change my password a bit and then execute it one more time. Now I know the password is correct. So let's see. Okay, so it is providing us an error that access denied. Okay, so this is what we have to be careful about, that we have to provide the correct credentials over there. You can see I have got a lot of error, that unhandled error event is occurred over here at this particular thing. So like this, you can do that. Okay, so I am going to just do this correct one, going to clear the terminal and then we'll execute it. So yes, now it is connected. So everyone at your end, please try it. Let me copy the code in the chat box. Here it is. Okay. Just to change the password for you. And if the username is also changed, you can change that. Okay. Good Vivek. Good Vishal. Yes, that's good. Everyone, I wanted from everyone, those who are facing any error while setting it up, let me know. Good Isha. What about others? Are they facing any issue? Good Shraddha. Okay. Is there someone who is not able to execute this code, who is facing any problem while establishing the connection? Then they can ask. Jayabrata, have you executing it? And Manali, Sushmita. Okay. So now we have seen that connection is established successfully. Now let's try to create our database, first database through VS Code. Okay. So that we can also check it through our command line client. Okay. So now see, we have provided. Now I am going to just change in this bit of code because the connection we have to use in every code. This error will be connected, console.log connected will come. After this, I have to write a query. So for that, we have to use like this. Con is your connection variable, which we have created over here. Okay. Append a query into it. Now the query is up to you. Whatever query you are going to write inside it, it will just execute that. Is it clear? Suppose I want to create a database. So for that, I am going to write the code like create database, and suppose I guess test was not there. So test 2. Okay. I have created a database having name test 2. Okay. Just a minute. After this, you have to also apply one more time a function which will handle a particular error, otherwise provide you a result. So for that, we are going to write it like this. Okay, so let me just write it. Function which is going to handle our error, otherwise it is providing us any result. Okay, that's how we can handle it. After this, if there is error in any R query, then what it will do? Just simply throw that unhandled error because we are not handling it. Okay. Otherwise, console.log database created. Database created. I guess it is clear what we have done in the existing code. This line I will erase in upcoming codes. this is the main section over here. What it is doing, that connection.query create database test2 means you want to create a database having name test2, and if the command is or the query is wrong, then I will get an error accordingly. Otherwise, as a result, I will get this console.log database created. So let's try to first check it that had we written the correct code or not. So for that, try to execute it at your end. Okay, so it is showing me that database is created at my end. Okay, so we have to also verify that. But before that, let me paste it. Okay, okay, no problem, Manali. Yeah. So now I have created it. It is showing me through this console.log, but we have to also verify it at our end. So for verification, what I'm going to do, I'm going to open my MySQL 8.0 command line. Okay, here I have to just one more time. Oh, just a second. Put the password and I will do show databases. Okay, so test2 was not there earlier and now it is there. Okay, so that means that code is working fine and we have created our database successfully. So just do one thing, that at your end, try to just check this code, that is it working fine for you also or not. So any database name which is not there, you can create it. Okay. Okay, great, Vivek. Which database you have created, like GNCIPL, I guess. Okay, okay, good. What about others? If you are going to give a name of an existing database, then I guess it will throw an error that is already existed in your system. Okay, good, Shraddha. Good, Vishal. Wait, let me just check it for you. Yeah, database is created. Good. Okay, so like this, now we have verified that yes, that it is actually working and we are not getting the response from console. So now we are going to insert some, create a table, going to insert the data. Whatever we have done in the previous class, we are going to repeat it through this section so that it will be a revised class also. And also we will cover it through VS Code. Okay. Now, first of all, see, now one thing also we can do, like here, this is a simple query, like create database test2. Suppose if I have to create a table and insert the value into it, then this query is a little longer. Okay. So for that, instead of sending my actual query over here, what I'm going to do, I will create a constant. I will store this query in that constant and pass that constant in this query part. Okay. Let me just one more time tell you what I have said. This is actually fine for now. If we are creating database, suppose we are inserting values to our table. That is a long thing. Okay. So for that, instead of writing the query directly into it, just a second. Okay. Instead of writing the query directly into this function, what I'm going to do, I will store this query in a particular constant and then pass that particular constant over here. So it is clean and readable format of code. So same thing I'm going to do it for writing our or creating our table. Okay. So let me just do one thing. After this connected, I am going to create my variable, suppose SQL. Okay. Now write the code of that particular query in it. What we have to do, we have to create table. Then what we have to give? We have to give a name of our table. So suppose now I want to create customers table. Okay. Then I have already told you, after that we have to specify about the columns with their data types. So suppose first one is the name and the data type for is varchar, because varchar is the database over here. I am taking it as 50 for now. You can change it according to you. Then address. Wait. Okay. And address is also varchar. So these two values are there. Okay, just a second. I have something. Yeah. According to us, it will be like this. Okay. So these two entities for now I am storing inside it. What are these? Like create table, having name customers. And then inside that you want two columns. First one is a name, which is a string type, then address, which is also a string type. Okay. And also if you want to store, you can store the age. Okay, wait. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So I have to go inside it to put the value. Okay, where can after this, suppose someone wants to enter age, then just provide the data type of age, and then it is good. Okay, close this query over here and this also. Yes, now I guess it is clear why it is giving error. Just a second. We have created table customers, then name, address as varchar, and age as integer. Okay, so I have to close it outside it. Just a second. Yeah, here I have to close it. Okay, now it is good. Now this SQL as I will pass in my query instead of the whole code. Okay, so just provide it here. What we have done, just store that particular query in some parameter and then going to just provide that parameter so that the data will be fetched through it. Just starting the server. Before that, let me clear my terminal and then I'm going to start. Wait. Okay. Like, are you able to see? They are saying that you have not selected a database that where you want to create this. Okay. So now with this parameters, one more thing we have to pass, which is database. Like we have to mention that in which database I want to create this table. Okay. So for the database, I have the name test2. So I am going to give that. Just a minute here. Test2 was the database name at my end. So I have provided that. Okay. Now you can see database is created. Uh, okay. So the table will be created over there. We have to check it through that. We have not consoled anything. So what I'm going to do, use test2 means go inside test2 and then select asterisk from customers because that was the, or I can only do show tables. Okay. So it will show me customers over there. Yes, you can see customer is there. I have used show tables command to cross check that from here. Okay. Like we have to also change in this, but I guess you have the idea now that how we are doing it. So just check it at your end. Create a table with different name. Also, you can append another values in that particular table. So just do that. Just a second, guys. Okay. Till then, just show me the output of yours. Okay, good, Shraddha. Okay, so only Shraddha has shared it. What about others? Okay, good, Vivek. Okay. So I guess it is clear to you that how we are doing it. Just a simple variable we have declared over here where we are storing our query. Okay. And then if we are going to pass this variable in our query method, then it will fetch the data and accordingly provide us the output. Okay. I guess it is simple. Now, suppose if you want to change in the table, means if you want to add particular columns in this, like only name is there, address is there, age is there. I want to add a alter I want to add a ID also, okay, which I want to be primary key of my table, and also I want to change in this existing table. So for that we are going to use a command having name alter. Okay, so and alter means you can change the attributes or you can say the columns of your table. So let's do it. For that, I have to change the query over here a bit. So I'm just going to erase this bit of code, which is inside this double quotes. Now just write the code for it. Alter, okay, table, then the table name. So for us, it is customers. Okay. After this, I want to add some columns. So define that add column. The first column must be my ID, which is of integer type, and I want it to be a primary key. Okay. Also, like we can auto increment them. Also, I want this ID to be auto increment. Suppose I'm not going to put the value of ID, but then it will be by default increment accordingly. Okay, what I have done, I have added a column having name ID to my existing table, which was customer, as ID was not there. And I want this ID to be primary key, and I'm going to auto increment it. I have already told you that what means it auto increment, that whenever user are going to push some data into the table, by default, this ID will be incremented by 1 for the new data set over there. Okay. So here I'm going to console table altered. I guess now it is good. SQL we have already provided. This bit of code we have already changed over here. Let's see that is it really changed or not. Okay, wait. It is giving me some. You have an error in your SQL syntax. Check the manual. In okay, the spelling, I guess. Increment. Yeah. Let's again try to execute it. Still, alter table, customers, add column, increment is there. Okay, I guess this was not in between a primary key. Let me just check, I guess. Yes, yes. So we were also using underscore with this primary key that was not there. Okay. So just alter table customer add column ID data type. After that, I want it to be auto incremented and that must be a primary key. Okay. And here you can see table is altered. Now through this, we can check it also like show tables one more time if I'm going to do that. No, instead of show table, what I'm going to do, select asterisk from customers so that I can get all the name of my customers. Let's see. It is showing me empty set. Actually, I have to define some rows in that, or I have to insert the data, then only we can fetch that. So for now, ID is already added to our existing column because from here you can see if there will be any error, then it will not console this thing, which is table altered. Here it is consoling it. So that means you have successfully altered it. Okay. So check it at your end also. Okay, good. Okay. So this is how you can add a existing column to your particular table. Good, Shraddha. Now you have also seen that how we are going to alter a particular table. We have created a table. We have altered the table. Now let's insert some record to it. Okay. Then it will make more sense. A table with data is actually of our use. So how to add the data? We have to just change this bit of code. Everything will remain same. That's why I have not erased all the code, because we have to change the query over here, and whatever the query will change, it will be pushed here. Okay. So just change in between this. Now to insert value, we are going to use insert into. Then you have to specify which table is yours, where you want to insert the data. So for us, it is customers. Okay. After that, what you have to do, you have to specify the column name. Like for us, the columns were name. Just a second. Name was there, address was there, and age was there, I guess. Yes. So these are my columns. Now I want some values in it. So then define the value accordingly. Like suppose for name, I am going to write my name only. Okay, name is done. After that, what you have to do? Address. So for address, suppose Ramnagar, I am adding randomly. Okay. And then what you have to provide? A particular age. Why I am not giving ID to it? Because ID is auto incremented. So initially the value for ID must be 0. For this entry, when the this value is going to insert in our customer table, then automatically the ID will convert from 0 to 1. Okay. Vansh is there, Ramnagar is there. Now we have to provide age. So suppose 21 I'm giving in my age. Yes. Now this is okay. Let's try to execute it. Okay, you can also change the console like record inserted. For me, I have not changed it. So you can do it like record inserted. Okay, let's try to execute it one more time. Okay, so now record is inserted. Now we can cross check it through this. How? Select asterisks from customers. So are you able to see? Vansh having address, age, and ID, which we have manually added through alter command. So it is added at last over here. Okay. And one more thing, we have seen over 2 entries with the same names. Why? Because as you can see, I have executed this code twice. Like first here I have executed it, then changed the console, and then here I have executed it. So that's why it is showing me 2 entries with the same name. So through this code, I am going to insert multiple values over there. Okay, good, Vivek. Okay, good, Shushmita. Good, Isha. Yes. Good, guys. So just try it at your end. Okay, good, Shraddha. Yeah, so that's how you can insert value to it. Now I am just changing the values over here so that I can get multiple values in my table. You can also do that. Suppose Ram, change the address to UP, changes age to 23. Again, execute this code. What will happen? The entry with this name will be inserted. Okay. Then change the name. Suppose whatever we can take, Kashish. Okay, from Delhi. After that, the age you can provide it like 22 so that we have different age attributes over there. Now again, let's execute this code. Yes, so recorded is inserted. So there are now multiple values inside my table. Now accordingly, I can perform some actions over here. You can see four entities is there. And for each and every ID, the ID is incremented like that. Now we have inserted data to our table. After this, what we are going to do? We are going to perform some action. Okay. Just a second. Okay. Let me check it for Vishal. Okay, good, Vishal. Yes. So right now what we were doing actually that whatever we are inserting, we were checking it over here. Yes, in the terminal. Now I can write, I am going to write the query select asterisk from customer. Okay. And we are going to see the output over here in our terminal. Okay. So let's do that also because it is also our query. So just going to clear the screen. Okay. Now what I have to do, I have to change it. Select asterisk from what is the table name? We are using customers. Okay. So just put that. This is our table name. So we are just selecting all the column from our table and this query will be passed over here in the query function and it will show us printed the table or table printed, whatever you want. Data printed. Okay, so just execute this through nodespace index.js. Why? Just a second. Actually, we have to console here. See what I was missing over here. Like I am consoling this thing, but this thing is actually my data printed value only. I want the result of this SQL query to be printed over here. Okay, so instead of this printed, I am going to use here result. Then only I will get my output which I was expecting. So here just provide result. Okay, just a second. And then let's try to do it one more time. Yes. So are you able to see? Now, after providing the result, because we have created a function which will give us an error, otherwise the result according to that particular query. So here the query was to select the table rows or IDs from the columns from that particular customer table. Okay. Then we have to print the result. Also, one thing we can do, like here, this is not in pretty good format. So we can, I guess, console.table it is to create a table. I have no much clear idea, but let's check. Yes. Okay. So instead of console.log, if we are going to use console.table, then are you able to see the data is printed in a table format? So as you can see, it is bit ugly way to write or see the code, or you can say output. This is much cleaner way. Okay, so that's why we are going to use console.table whenever we have to print a particular table at our end. So just try it at your end. Here is the code. Just check it. What we have done over here? Nothing, just instead of console.log table printed, we want our main data to be printed, and main data is basically stored in our result variable. Okay, so whatever the query we are executing, the error and result will be stored in this particular function. So if there is no error, that means then it will going to provide us a particular result. So that result we have printed over there. And console.table is going to print a table for you. Otherwise, you will get in an object form. Okay, great, Shraddha. Good. So now I guess there is multiple values. Yes. So good. Good, Isha. Okay, okay. Great, great, guys. Now we have done this. Now we can append some conditions that what we want to print. Okay. So this is what we are going to do now. Select asterisks from customers where suppose I want to check it for address. Address is equivalent to Ramnagar. Okay. What does it mean? That I want to print only those data whose city are Ramnagar. So let's try it. Let me clear the screen first, and then it will be more clear. And after that, I have to execute the code. Okay. So as you can see, Ramnagar was only for the Vansh data over there. So that's why we are getting Vansh Ramnagar age 21 with the ID 1 and Vansh Ramnagar age 21 with the ID 2. Clear? All the codes has been pasted in the chat box. You can get it from there. Okay. Good, Vivek. You can print it in table format. Okay. That is a good way. Good. Okay. That's good. Now today what we have seen patterns. Okay. So we are going to implement pattern through it also. Aditya Satkara for that particular. Okay. So you have address Satara. Okay. 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 Good, Shraddha. So I hope that everyone is able to execute it. If there is any doubt regarding this, you can ask up to now. Otherwise, just respond with yes or no, that is it understandable to you or not, so that I can get a fair idea and accordingly move in the remaining session. So just say yes or no in the chat box, everyone. Okay, that's great. Okay, okay, good. Now we are going to see the same pattern command over here, which we have done in the terminal also. Okay. So as we have already seen it, so now we are not going to waste much time in it. We are going to just execute one or two codes. Or suppose if I want to print only those data uh, or those column where the name is starting with whatever letter, suppose S. Okay. So just provide me that output, then I'm going to write it. First of all, I want it from your end that provide me the data where the name will start with S. No condition other than that. So just provide the output of that. We check it for Jayabrata. Okay, good Jayabrata. Now you have to implement the code part. You have to change the query for the data. I want only those entities over there whose name is starting with S. So I have already told you about this, that how you are going to specify these patterns. Okay. So for that, which command you are going to use? First, let me know that and then start with your code part. Okay, okay, no problem, Vivek. Good, good, Shraddha. And let me check it for select a from customer where address is equal to. Okay, good job, Rata. But I guess this was the output for some other program. No problem. Okay, so Shraddha and Vivek has actually done it, that they have used the like operator. Okay, so now I am going to tell you that how you can do that. Select asterisk from customer where I want it to be on name. Okay, so for that we have to write it like name like. I have already told you that like is used for searching for a particular pattern over there in your data set. So I wanted to start from suppose K. Okay. And after that, anything can come. So for that, we are going to write modulo operator over there, which is a wildcard. Then just execute it. And you can see only Kashish was there. Okay. With the ID 4, address Delhi, and age 22. So this is how we can do that. This is the like operator. We have already used it. Here we have to give like, and then from whatever letter we want to start, we can fix that letter. And after that, anything can come. So for anything, this modulo is there. I hope it is clear. Yes. Now moving further. Now, if suppose you want to sort some particular like there were many entries, we have age also, we have name also. I want them in a alphabetic order. Suppose I want the names to be in alphabetic order. Like if a person's name is starting with A, then he will be my first data entry in my table, with B at second, C at third, like this. Okay, so for that we have to use order by there. So let me just write the code, then it will be clear. Select asterisk from customer order by name. So just a second, means this we have to use order by name. Okay, and remove this like because it has been done. Like is only used to search a particular pattern. Okay, now I will let you first. Okay, now see how my letters are actually, you can say, ordered in ascending order. K comes first, so Kashish is there. R come first, so Ram is there. V come first, V come last, so V is at the last. Okay, so that's how they have maintained them in ascending order with my name perspective. Suppose same thing, I want to change it through age. Right now, see how they are. 22 is one, 23, then 21, then 21. So after making it ascending order with the age parameter, it will be like 21 first, 22 second, and 23 at third. Okay, so let's see it clear. Let me clear it. Then let me do it. Yes. So are you able to see the change? The age having 21 has been printed first, then age 21 again, because there were two entries having 21 age. Then there is 22 age, and then there is 23 age. So this is what we have done through order by. It will make our output in order. By default, it arranged it in ascending order. Okay, so that's why we were getting it in ascending order. Okay, good Jayabrata, good Vishal. Okay, great guys. So by default, it is actually arranging them in ascending order. Now, someone of you might ask that how we are going to do it for descending order. So it is quite simple. Like from customer order by age. After all this value, just put DESC. DESC means in descending order. Now I want my answer. So what will happen? This table will change. Okay, like this. See the difference over here. 23 was last element over here. Now 23 is the first element because we are using descending method to order our table. Okay, so that's why they are using it so that they can get the like when we need it. Suppose if there are marks of some students and I want to assign them the grade. Okay, for top students, for top 10 students, I want to assign A grade. So then I am going to order by them with descending parameter so that those students will be arranged in their hierarchy of getting higher marks. Okay, so for the first 10, then I can just assign A grade to all of them. So like this, we can use it in real life. Okay, just a second. Could we wait? Yeah, that's great. So by default, it is going to arrange in ascending form, or if you are going to provide DESC stands for descending order, then it means that it will give the highest value first and then decrease value accordingly, descending values. Okay, good, Shraddha. Okay, now we also update some values over there in our table. So for updating, all of you know that we have to use update command and according to that, set a particular value. So let's do that also. Like here, wait, update what I have in which table I have to update. I have to update in customers. So provide that. Just a second. Yeah. Update customers, set address to suppose Mumbai. Okay. Now where I want to change this, we have to also provide a target value. But before that, Mumbai must be a string in string format. So let me just provide it this. Yes. So now let's target it where the name is equal to Vanch. So for Vanch, I want to change the address from Ramnagar to Mumbai. Okay. Let's do that and see the response. Let me clear it. Right now you can see for Vanch it is Ramnagar. Okay. Now we are going to execute this. Okay. So it is saying me that rows match and two changes done. As we have remove our query to show us the result. So that's why it is now only providing me the table content where we are getting that, okay, two rows are you have affected means you have changed in two rows because there was two value having Ramnagar. So there that is changed to Mumbai. We can see it from here. Like what we have to do, select asterisk from customers. Then we can see that. Okay, so are you able to see? For now, there is Mumbai. Just a second. Okay. So I guess it is pretty clear that how we have updated the query over here. Just we have to change a simple query. All the structure of our program is same. We are just doing this. Then there is one more thing like limit. So let me just tell you about that also. Let me just check it. Okay. Good, Vivek. Like 20, 23, 18, and 15. And you have changed it to something, I guess, Ayodhya Nagar, maybe. Okay. EREN. Okay. For Irene, you have changed it. Okay. Okay. Good. I guess it is clear also. Now, if there are multiple values over there in your, you can say data set, and you want only few of them. Suppose I want only the upper five, then we are going to use a query having limit as a parameter. Okay. So that we are also going to discuss. So for that, you don't have to do anything. Just change this query. Like how many data sets are there in my table? Only four elements are there in my table. So I want only two entries which are first and second over there. Okay. So for that, I'm going to write the command select asterisk from students. Sorry, not student. It was customers. Select asterisk from customer, and then you have to provide the limit. Like this limit means only these rows, the number of rows you are going to provide after this, only these many rows are going to come in the output. So as there were four entries, now if I execute it, are you able to see only three are coming? If I change it to two, then if I execute the code again, then only two rows are coming. So, okay, so like this, you can suppose I was saying you about the grading example, like for top 10, I have to assign A grade. Okay. And then I want to make a list of top 10 students. So for that, I can make a limit up to 10. Okay. So that it can only give me those name after ascending them, after ordering them in descending order who are there in top 10. Okay. So that's how we can do that. So also take this one, and this is about SQL. That's how we can do that. Okay, as time is limited and we have to cover multiple things, so sometimes the pace is a bit fast. So if there is something that is not clear to you, you can ask now. Okay. Good, Vivek. Good, Shraddha. That's good. These students have continuously shared the output now in today's session and also in, yes, last two sessions. Good. Okay, so this is what we have to see a basic idea about MySQL. Now from tomorrow session, I will start up with MongoDB because this is SQL actually I told you so that you can also get an idea about it, that how you are going to use that for the structured data as a database. So for using MongoDB, I want everyone to install two, three things over there in their system, which is I'm going to tell right now, like Mongo Shell. Okay, what you have to install, Mongo Shell. Okay, MongoDB Compass. First, we are going to have an idea about Compass because it is a graphical user interface tool. So we have to also see that how it works, that what does it mean by graphical user interface, and then we will move to our Atlas session with our Atlas. Okay. So Mongo Shell, MongoDB Compass, and MongoDB, you have to install it at your end. Just install these three things at your end before tomorrow's session. Then we will start. Okay. Okay. So if there is no doubt, then guys, you can leave the session. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that it is clear to you that whatever we have covered. So yes, now you can leave the session if there is no doubt. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.